Hey guys, I thought I might make a short vlog today. Watch, it'll turn out to be like about 10 minutes long because that's what always happens. But, yeah, we'll see. I didn't really plan this one, so I don't have a lot of ideas stacked up. So I'm pretty sure it will be short, but who knows. Today, I'm going to talk about composing music, making music, particularly like pop song music because yeah, I don't write classical orchestra pieces because I don't know how to play about 95% of the instruments that you would find there, but I do play guitar and write my own lyrics and write music occasionally. Not that it's really a big thing anymore. That was really more of my high school hobby, but I pulled out a couple of the old songs I wrote and I was just like, hey, these are pretty decent. So I just want to talk about it for a little bit. Maybe you'll have some appreciation for the composers, not just the people who go on stage and sing the songs. Because, yeah, I could go on stage and sing songs. I've done that before, like, once, and it was kind of sad. Like, it was a talent show, and the judges were like, you never looked up, so yeah, you didn't engage your audience. And I was like, I'm shy. Alright, so in composing music, I usually start with the lyrics because I don't see how you could like just pick some chords and then start writing lyrics that match them. That's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because this is the way I do it that seems so backwards to me. But yeah, so I write lyrics. Kind of, you just start with poetry, really. It's not that hard. Any poem could be a song as long as it's got a nice steady rhythm to it. And yeah, it's a lot of counting syllables to make it fit the song well actually, if you really want it to like work out like great. Um, I don't know, you wouldn't have to. Sometimes you can do a little bit of free verse, or if you have rap, sentence structure is fine. But yeah, usually I try and have a little bit of rhyme, and I write it so that each like section, of course, you have your verses. Each verse has the same amount of syllables in each line. That way, when you're going through and playing chords, it sounds cohesive and it just flows a lot better. So that's really the way to go with verses. Chorus, you just write it once and then you sing it however many times you need to sing it, so you're pretty set. And then the bridge, you can do whatever you want. The bridge is like your break. Like you've been counting syllables and trying to find new rhymes that sound cool for the past couple of lines you've written. It's time for you to have a break and just do whatever you want. And later, when you're putting the chords to it, you'll just find something different. So that way people are like, oh yeah, this is the bridge. It's supposed to be different. Makes sense to them. Yeah, so back in like middle school and high school, I wrote lyrics all the time, which is why I decided to learn how to play guitar because I had all these lyrics sitting around gathering dust and like they weren't songs. So what was the point of that? Yeah, so I pulled out the guitar and that kind of helped me once I started trying to play chords with the lyrics to know how to set them up so that it'd be really easy to make a song. Like that's the like music for beginners, like count your syllables and make each line match in the verses and you'll be like good as gold. Like it's really easy to put it together if the syllables match. So then when you're picking chords, you just kind of decide if you want a happy song or a sad song. And it could be happy lyrics and you could give it sad chords. I've done that a couple times and that can be kind of interesting. People think about, well, why did the composer do this? Why did they decide that these chords were going to be kind of sad? Is it kind of bittersweet or melodramatic or like you get a little bit of interest there. So it's kind of important to think about why you're choosing your chords, but then you just start like going through chords and then you're like, hey, I really like how this one sounds, and then you try and pick another one that sounds okay next to it and find one that sounds good next to that one and so on and so forth. You don't need more than four. Like you could even work off of two or three if you wanted to. It's not necessary to have four. Four is kind of the generic setup, like two per line or something like that, but this probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you don't think in music, but I will show you one of my lyrics in a minute. Yeah, so really you just like go through chords, chords, chords. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Do some more chords, and then once you like get all like the bass chords that you want, then you start like playing with them, playing them through the lyrics, thinking the lyrics in your head, lining them up where they fit in your nicely synchronized and synonymed and beautiful lyrics or whatever, and yeah, it works out. Then you just have to remember what tune you come up with, like as you fit the lyrics with the chords. You just kind of come up with a tune on your own, and you got to remember it so that way you can use it and reuse it when you need to when you come up to another verse or another chorus. So, yeah, it's really simple, kind of, and hard, kind of, because it takes time and effort, and it's fun, though. It's a good hobby, I'd say. Okay, so, yeah, just lined paper like any other thing, and this is the song 17 that I put on YouTube a while ago. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Anyways, and so if you look, there's like lyrics, and they got little tiny letters over them, or there's little tiny letters after them, and those are the chords. And really, like up at the top, I was picking my chords here, just playing through. This is what sounded good, and then I just went through the song and stuck them in where they sounded good, and I kept that kind of rhythm. And you can see they kind of line up down the page a little bit. So yeah, that is a lyric with chords. That's like music right there in my hand. Cool beans, yes. But there's quite a few struggles composing music. Sometimes I go back to songs and I'm like, these chords did not fit as well as I thought they did. And they really just don't go with the song. And then I'm so disappointed because I'm like, I don't want to rewrite the chords. That feels weird. Because then it's a totally different melody. And so, yeah. And then sometimes if you try and write duets, it's hard to figure it out. Like if you are trying to write a duet for both a male and a female, and you are only a female, there's only so much you can do. So here's a little example of what that's like, trying to figure it out. He says he don't dance, but his feet sure move. He says he can't sing, but his lips hide the truth. Are chronic lies the only language he knows, or is he just afraid of letting go? She begs me to dance like a joyous fool, asks me to sing, but I'll just ruin her tune. Why can't she accept the word no? She used to be shy and I was bold. He makes me brave, she gets on my nerves. Why aren't we ever on the same page? He loves his sports, she has her guitar. I don't know if I'll ever understand, but he's cute when intense and into a game. She's sweet when she's singing me a new refrain. We may never see eye to eye, but my heart doesn't see an issue with wondering why. Yeah, so it's weird, but you know, that's like figuring out music. It's kind of awkward and clunky, and you're going through and you're like trying to use different voices. Like composing duets is not a good idea. Fun stuff. And that was a picture of me the one time I went on stage in front of an actual audience for that talent show and played an original song. So, writing music, really confusing if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you probably don't. And really fun if you get into it. Kind of addicting. And it's a bad thing that it's addicting because I'm like, these aren't going anywhere. Like, I don't live in this convenient place like Nashville where you can just sell your music on the corner. Like, oh yeah, no. It's just gonna stick here in my room for the rest of its life, probably. Or maybe sometimes it hits YouTube, so that's the positive side of things. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm sorry this vlog was pretty bad, pretty hard to follow, and yeah. But I haven't made one in a long time, so I was like, I should make a vlog. And I come up with like a few ideas, and I didn't really want to talk about those right now, so it's like, yeah, we'll just talk about music because I was just playing guitar and singing, and now I'm a little hoarse, yeah. If you want to follow me on Tumblr, I'm Topazzle, Topazzle. If you really go through my YouTube, like back before even the anime reactions, there's more videos of me playing guitar and singing. A lot of covers because people watched covers more than original songs, because who clicks on an original song? Like, no, you're gonna click on this girl singing this famous Christmas song more likely than this girl singing this song you've never heard of before because obviously she wrote it. So, yeah.